There was a predator so terrifying, humans didn't fight it, they hid. This bear stood 12 feet tall when it rose on its hind legs. It was built wrong, long legs that never tired, a stride that ate distance, jaws that shattered bone like dry wood. If a grizzly bear saw it coming, the grizzly ran. If a pack of dire wolves had a fresh kill, they abandoned it without hesitation. If American lions were feeding on a carcass, they backed away slowly, watching. Nothing challenged it. Nothing even tried. If you were a human, alone on the open plains, and this animal noticed you, you were already dead. Our ancestors didn't hunt this predator. They didn't paint it on cave walls. They didn't pass down stories of victory or heroic confrontations. Because there were no victories, there were no confrontations. For over 1 million years, humans structured their entire lives around one simple rule: don't let it see you. And when it finally went extinct, we did something even stranger. We erased it from memory entirely, as if forgetting it could somehow undo the terror it represented. This is the story of the only predator humans never tried to fight: the giant, short-faced bear, Arctodus simus. Imagine standing in tall grass. You hear something moving through the plains. Not fast, not hunting, just moving. Confident, unhurried. The sound gets closer. Then you see it. A bear. But not like any bear that exists today. This one is built wrong. Bears are supposed to be bulky, slow, defensive. They bluff charge to scare you. They stand their ground when cornered. They're not pursuit predators. This bear has legs like a wolf, long, lean, built for covering distance, a stride that eats ground the way cursorial hunters do, a gait designed for marathon pursuits, not explosive bursts. You can't outrun it, not today, not tomorrow, not ever. It will follow you until your legs give out, until your heart bursts, until you collapse from exhaustion, and then it will feed. When it rises onto its hind legs to scan the horizon, it stretches toward 12 feet tall. Your neck cranes back. Your entire field of vision fills with predator. Eye contact becomes unavoidable, and its eyes face forward, not sideways like prey scanning for threats, not wide set like scavengers searching for carrion. Forward, locked on you. Predator's eyes built for depth perception and pursuit. The eyes of something that doesn't search. It just notices you once. Take a polar bear, the largest land carnivore alive, an apex killer that dominates the Arctic, an animal that hunts seals through ice and runs down caribou across tundra. Now, imagine that polar bear looking small, outmassed, outreached, outmatched. That's what this was. Its skull isn't built for scavenging opportunistically. It's reinforced for crushing deliberately. Heavy, robust, over-engineered for violence. Bone isn't an obstacle, it's food. Marrow to extract. Jaws that generate bite forces capable of shattering femurs like kindling. The sound carries across the plains. Crack, splinter, crunch. A warning to everything within earshot. Its sense of smell reaches miles across grassland. A blood trail 2 days old. A carcass hidden under snow. An injured animal trying to hide. Movement in complete darkness. This isn't an animal reacting to its environment. It's a presence that dominates through sheer force. And it notices everything. Every movement, every scent, every sound out of place. Being invisible to it isn't a strategy, it's survival. North America belonged to giants. Mammoths 14 feet at the shoulder, with curved tusks longer than a man. Bison the size of cars, with horns that could gore elephants. Ground sloths weighing 2 tons that could rear up to impossible heights. This wasn't a world that tolerated weakness. Competition at every level. Dire wolves in coordinated packs of 20. American lions over 500 pounds of muscle and rage. Saber-toothed cats with 7-inch fangs designed to puncture windpipes. Any one of them would dominate any other ecosystem on Earth. Not here. At a kill site, hierarchy mattered. Dominance established through size and presence. Arctodus sat alone at the top. It didn't fight for position. It didn't prove anything through combat. It arrived, and everything else left, immediately. For 1,000,000 years, this wasn't occasional. This was constant, predictable, universal. A presence that dominated every landscape it entered. It didn't matter if it hunted or if it stole kills. To anything smaller, the distinction meant nothing. If it pursued you, it followed until exhaustion made resistance irrelevant. Days, weeks, months. It never stopped. If it wanted your kill, no predator could defend a carcass. Not packs of wolves, not coalitions of lions. Nothing. The outcome was always the same. Arctodus arrived. Arctodus ate. Everything else waited or left. Everything in the ecosystem understood one rule: stay out of its path. Then humans arrived in North America. For the first time in our species' history, we entered a world we didn't control. We paint mammoths on cave walls in ochre and charcoal. We tell stories about hunting giant bison with coordinated tactics. We have legends passed down through hundreds of generations about defeating dangerous predators through intelligence and cooperation. But when it comes to the giant, short-faced bear, nothing. No paintings, no artistic representations, no spear points in its bones, no victory songs, no folklore about brave hunters. That silence isn't accidental. It's survival encoded into culture. This was the only predator humans didn't challenge, the only one we never tried to overcome. We structured our entire lives around avoiding it. Open plains became death zones. You crossed quickly or not at all. You traveled in tight groups, where collective vigilance meant survival, or you simply didn't travel. You moved at dawn or dusk, when edges blurred and shadows provided cover. You never made unnecessary noise. No shouting, no celebration, no conversations that carried across grassland. You never camped in the open, where you could be seen from miles away. You found rock overhangs that limited approach angles, caves with defendable entrances, dense forest where sightlines collapsed to meters instead of miles. Every behavior adapted to one goal: invisibility. Children learned this before anything else, before hunting, before fire, before language itself. Stay quiet, stay hidden, stay alive. Imagine crossing the grasslands at dusk. 8 people, maybe 10. Every shadow demands frozen attention. Every distant sound means stop, listen, wait. No one speaks, hand signals only, eyes constantly scanning the horizon. They don't raise their spears in preparation. They don't form defensive circles like they would against wolves. They hide, pressed against rock, breathing slowed. Absolute stillness trained from childhood. The ground begins to tremble. Something massive moving nearby. Not running, walking, confident, unhurried. A shadow passes overhead, blocking out the dying light completely. Seconds stretch into minutes. Hearts slam against ribs hard enough to hurt. No one moves. No one speaks. No one breathes deeply. Then the smell hits. Ancient, predatory, thick enough to taste. They wait in frozen silence until the world feels empty again. There's no triumph when it passes. No relief tinged with pride. Just pure relief. And the understanding passed down for thousands of years. You don't win against this animal. You don't fight it. You don't challenge it. You just don't get noticed. Survival wasn't about strength or courage. It was about restraint, about humility, about making yourself so small, so quiet, so completely invisible that the nightmare walks past without seeing you. For over 1 million years, Arctidus dominated North America. Then the world changed. Ice retreated, grasslands shrank. The megafauna it relied on disappeared. Smaller, more adaptable predators survived. This one didn't. Around 11,000 years ago, the last one died. And then something strange happened in human culture. The records stop. When it went extinct, we erased it from memory. No paintings, no stories, no songs passed down through generations. As if forgetting could make it less real. But here's what keeps me awake. A predator that dominated for 1 million years doesn't just vanish from human consciousness by accident. We didn't forget it because it was gone. We forgot it because we had to. Because remembering meant passing down the terror to our children, teaching them to fear something that no longer existed, creating anxiety where there should be peace. So we made a choice. Collectively, culturally, we stopped talking about it. And maybe that silence itself is the warning. The absence where a nightmare used to be. The gap in our stories where something too terrible to narrate once lived. Still teaching us the same lesson our ancestors learned. Some things are better left forgotten. Some silences shouldn't be broken.